Welcome to Stumptown. Miriam was all grown up and had a son. As a grown-up, Miriam decided to become an author and write stories. She was inspired by her bird friend who always told excellent stories when she was little. This occupation kept her home, which she preferred as she no longer wanted to go out much. Her first story was the one about the fox witch and the seed. She was too afraid to let it be seen by anyone. It was still hard for her to remember that time. She had her son to focus on now, and knew there would be a good time to tell him someday. Every day, Miriam asked Julian to water the tree stump. This was something he was taught to do when he was very young. He never fully understood why his mom never explained it to him. One day, as Julian went out to water the tree, he saw someone sitting there on the stump. "My friend told me about you." "What friend?" "This one. I'm Finley." Julian didn't know what to say. This was a very strange thing to experience while doing a job he didn't really want to do. "The bird told me about your mom. She seems like such a good person. I want to be like your mom." This comment really bothered Julian. Here was this stranger claiming to know his mom. This made Julian frustrated. Julian ran away as fast as he could. "Did you water the tree? Have you seen the cup? I didn't see it today." "I'm off to school. I'll water it after school." Julian finally made it to class and sat down at his desk. Today was unusual because the whispering and talking was nonstop. Julian tried his best to ignore it, but he couldn't hear what the teacher was saying. He was too distracted by all of the whispering. After a while, Julian couldn't take it. "Everyone, be quiet." This sudden outburst prompted the teacher to stop and ask what the matter was. From the back of the classroom, Finley raised their hand, eager to answer. "I know what happened. Everyone thinks Julian is weird because he waters the tree stump in town. But I know why he does it. His mom also watered the tree when she was a girl because the witch of the stump told her to. It's in order to find harmony in the town again." Finley's response startled Julian. He had never heard this before. The story sounded ridiculous. He left the classroom and ran to the stump. Julian took the cup out of his backpack and decided to throw it at the tree stump. He was done watering this stupid stump. If there was a witch in there, she could have the cup back. He wanted to be done with the whole thing. That night, dinner time was very quiet. Miriam could see something was bothering Julian. Can I read you one of my stories tonight? I have one I think you might be interested in. Julian wasn't hearing his mom so well. He was so embarrassed about his day at school and feeling upset. The idea of his mom telling him a story made him mad. He finally blurted out, "I hate your stories. You know what? I threw your cup into the tree," he said. Words he didn't mean but came out all the same. I hope I never see that cup or you again. She kissed him on the forehead and left the room. Miriam didn't want Julian to know that his actions hurt her feelings. She still loved him after all, and she knew not telling him her story made it difficult for him. She decided that tonight she would go and retrieve the cup back from the stump and show him the story was true. Leaving made her very nervous, as she hadn't left the house in a very long time. But she knew she had to do it. Something had to be done. Julian's thoughts were racing. He felt bad for yelling at his mother. He didn't mean the words he said. He was just so angry. He was tired of the kids whispering about him. As he lay there thinking, suddenly there was a noise and he looked out the window. He could see a shadowy figure that looked very much like his mother going to the stump. He jumped out of bed and checked his mother's room. She was gone. Did his words make her decide to disappear? His whole body felt cold and he was scared. As he looked at her desk, he noticed one story in particular. This was the story Finley was talking about. Julian had a feeling that maybe this is what she wanted to tell him on this night. She was finally going to explain it all, and he had yelled at her. Standing there was Finley. Julian started to get angry when he saw them. This is all their fault, he thought. If they hadn't brought up that witch, if they hadn't embarrassed me at school, this never would have happened. Before he could speak, Finley spoke and said, "I saw your mom. We should go get her." These words soothed Julian. He found himself telling them everything that had happened. He explained the fight he had with his mother and that he saw her disappear into the tree. As he spoke, Finley looked more and more intrigued. Finally, they said, "We have to follow your mother. I bet she's going to go meet the witch." I don't know if that's a good idea," said Julian. "Maybe I imagined the whole thing." "No," they said. "I believe you. I saw it too. That means we couldn't have imagined it. Don't worry, I'll go with you."